Good morning everyone, welcome back to Question a Day. Today I'll be answering the July 26th problem on differentiation, which is that given that y is equal to 3x squared plus 6x to the third minus, and then this big fraction here, 2x cubed minus 7, all divided by 3 times the root of x, we want to find dy by dx. We want to make sure it's in its simplest form. We're given this little bit of information that x has to be greater than 0. Just like previous questions, that's to make sure our fraction doesn't break at all. Because if x was 0, we'd get a divide by 0. If x was less than 0, then we'd be taking the square root of a negative number, which isn't possible. So, let's break this down. We have y is equal to 3x squared plus 6x to the third. Now with this fraction, currently we can't differentiate it. If you remember back to when we did differentiation last time, we talked about needing everything to be in a string of powers, that is of the form x to the power of n. And currently we only have, we've got this 2x cubed minus 7, yeah, that's some powers, but we're dividing it by 3 times the square root of x. So we need to use some power laws to try and simplify this. So first off, I'm going to split this fraction up to try and make it easier to deal with. So we can write 2x cubed divided by 3. Now this is the square root of x, which can be rewritten as x to the power of a half. And we're also going to take away 7 divided by 3x to the power of a half. Now the important thing to notice here is that there's a minus outside of the fraction and then one inside. So what this is saying is effectively there's a bracket around that fraction, which means that this would not be minus 2x cubed over 3x to the half minus 7 over 3x to the half. It would be 2x cubed over 3x to the half plus 7 over 3x to the half. It's really important that we don't mess up with that minus, because that does get people a lot. Okay, so we'll finish off our simplification. We get 3x squared plus 6x to the power of a third minus, well, 2 over 3 x cubed divided by x to the half. Well, that's going to be x. We're going to subtract those. That's going to be to the power of 5 over 2. And then we're going to add, well, no x terms divided by x to the half. It's going to be 7 divided by 3 times x to the negative 1 over 2. And now we'll go term by term and differentiate each of these. So dy by dx, which is our differentiation, is going to take 3x squared, and that's going to bring this power down. Using our differentiation rule, we'll just finish it off up here. That's going to go to nx to the n minus 1. Let's have that there for us. Just put that in a bit of a box so we don't get it confused with everything else. Dy by dx, that is going to be equal to 6x. Right, so that's because we're taking the 2 down in front. 3 times 2 is 6. Subtracting 1 off the power, we're just left with x. Then we have 6 times a third x to the negative 2 over 3. So that's again subtracting 1 off the power, bringing that third down in front. Subtracting 1 gives us that. Subtracting 1 from 5 over 2, that's going to give 3 over 2. So we can have negative 2 over 3 times by 5 over 2 x to the power of 3 over 2. And last of all, we're going to add 7 over 3 times that by negative a half, and have that x be to the power of negative 3 over 2. Again, reducing that power by 1. So now we just need to tidy everything up in the end. 6x doesn't need any simplifying. 6 divided by 3, well that's 2. Lots of x to the negative 2/3. We've now got negative 2 over 3 times 5 over 2. That's going to simplify to negative 5 divided by 3. Lots of x to the 3 over 2. Plus, last of all, this last fraction is going to be negative 7 over 6. Lots of x to the negative 3 over 2. And that should be our final solution. We could get rid of that plus sign if you wanted to as well. But that is the final solution to this problem. So you've noticed we've hit the staples here. So that means we're halfway there. That's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.